Welcome to my learner. As a true engineers, we should have a good thought process on the practical knowledge. So, I'm going to teach you strength of material subject, which is very important in the civil engineering field, especially in structures vicinity. So, let's start the series of the strength of materials. I will continuously upload the video of the unit wise. So let's start the strength of materials. Strength, first of all, we will deal with the strength. Dear learner, strength is nothing but the maximum value of stress which a material can withstand, means which a material can sustain. With means beyond that maximums, if a material cross the beyond maximum value, the material goes into the failure. So the strength is nothing but the maximum value of stress which a material can withstand. Similarly, strength of material is a branch of mechanics. Mechanics is divided into three categories: engineering mechanics, strength of materials, and the fluid mechanics. Engineering mechanics, especially in engineering mechanics, we will deal on a rigid body, as rigid body is totally a hypothetical study, means it does not exist in the real life. This is so because rigid body, such type of body in which deformation does not take place under the action of any external loads, means there is a regardless deformations, so such type of materials or such type of body does not exist in the real life. Similarly, strength of material is a branch of mechanics in which we study about the deformable body, means in this strength of materials we will especially dealing with the deformable body. Deformable body is nothing but a body which deforms, means a body which change in its dimensions, either a diameter or the length, which change in its dimensions under the action of the external load, under the action of mechanical force. Mechanical force is nothing but the load. Similarly, fluid mechanics is also a vast or immense subject in the civil engineering. Similarly, in the fluid mechanics, dealing with the deforms continuously. Once the external load is removed, it also deforms continuously. So this is the introductions of the strength of materials. So what we will study especially in this series of the lectures? Dear students, I will make you sure that you will going to understand the well concept of the strength of material at the end of the lectures. So I will connect you what we are studying in the theoretical part to the practical levels. Once you will know the practical meaning of anything, especially in civil engineering, it will provide a well or lucid knowledge in a particular subject. Similarly, in unit 1 we are going to deal with simple stress and strain. Well, stress, I will tell you in short manners, stress is nothing but the internal resisting force. It is internal, it is not external force, it is an internal resisting force. When any body in the earth, when any body is subjected to external load, then there must be an internal resisting force. When you cut the body, there is an internal resisting force which resist the external load. That is nothing but the stress. Strain, if you simply say that, the measurement of deformations, what the deformation takes place under the action of external loads, the body must be deforms. That deformation is nothing but the strain. Similarly, second, we will deal about the types of stress and strains. Elastic constants. In elastic constants, we will deal about the modulus of rigidity, bulk modulus, Poisson's ratio, which is very identity in the civil engineering field. Similarly, Hooke's law. Hooke's law is nothing but when the stress is directly proportional to stress within the elastic limit. Similarly, stress strain diagram, which is very important in the civil engineering part of view. In a stress strain diagram, I will explain you each and every part how the diagram formation taking place. Similarly, composite of bars. We'll deal some numericals on the composite of bar, and at last in unit 1 we will deal with the strain energy. So all these are the topic which we will going to cover in unit 1 in strength of materials. Similarly, in unit 2 we will deal with the complex stress and strain. In these ones we will deal with the principal stress and strain. Yes, principal stress and strain is very important in a very important part of the strength of materials. Principal plane where the shear stress is 0, it is especially dealing with the oblique sections. And once I will start the lectures, I will tell you in the fast way, and I will make you sure that you will going to understand clearly. Similarly, principal plane, axial, biaxials and triaxial loading taking place in plane. Axial is nothing but the loading taking place in one planes. If it is taking place in two sides, that is two mutually perpendicular direction, that is nothing but the biaxial is. Similarly, triaxial in the three directions. So if we connect this to the practical levels, then we must know about the gas cylinders or the balloons. Once you fill the gas in it, it exceeds the pressure in all the directions. That is nothing but the triaxial. Similarly, stress, a tensor quantity. How it is a tensor quantity we will deal about. It is very important, which also increase the IQ levels. Similarly, we will deal with the Mohr circle. Now in unit 3 contains important parts of civil engineering: beams, horizontal structures. Well, beam is known to everyone, it is very familiar to the real life also. How the shear force and bending moments are taking place in the beams, what is maximum bending moments, and some problems on it. Point of contraflexure, we will draw shear force diagram, bending moment diagrams on unit 3. These are the contents of unit 3. Similarly, unit 4, in unit 4 we will deal about the flexural stress. We will derive the derivation of the bending stress or the bending equations. Derivation of bending equations, bending stress and the stress on a beam, shear stress on the beam, moment of resistance. We will deal with the design of simple beam sections. We will also design some beams, which beam is best for the structures as a civil engineering part of view. We will also design a beam which is good for the structures or which may not. What is the minimum depth of the beam or the width of the beam, we will know in this part of the section. Similarly, in unit 5 contain deflection of beam. What is deflection of beam, we will deal in this units. Once I will start the lectures, I will tell you in clearly manners and you will going to understand. In this also, slope, deflection and radius of curvatures. We will find the differential equation for the elastic line of beam. We will find the double integration methods, we will discuss about it, and Mockler methods we will deal in about. Similarly, in unit 6 content are thin seamless cylindrical cell, longitudinal and circumference stress, hoop stress, thick cylinders. This is also very essentials in the civil engineering point of view. Once the cylinder is subjected to different kinds of stress, how it react, we should have well knowledge about it. So in unit 6 we will deal about the thin seamless cylindrical cells and all those units. Please, if you want to note down all the units wise, as once I am going to start by unit wise. Similarly, unit 7 is nothing but the theory of pure torsion. It contains the introduction of torsions. What is torsions? Theory of pure torsions, absorption in torsion, derivation of torsion equations. We will derive the formula, torsional moment of resistance, combined bending and torsions. We will combine both the bendings. Once we consider the torsions, it only comes in mind that the shaft is subjected to the torsion, but in actual practice what happens when a shaft is subjected to a torsions, there is also a bending moment bending stress taking place. So we will deal once we start the lectures combined bending and torsion. Similarly, unit 8 contains introduction of a spring, right? Types of springs. What are the types of springs? Deflections of closed and open coiled helical springs under axially pull or axially couples, right? A spring in series. We will deal about springs in parallel, carriage or leaf springs. This unit contains introductions of the springs. Similarly, in unit 9 we will deal about the column and its types. Column is nothing but the vertical structures. So the column is also a part of structures which is in verticals. Similarly, its type small, medium and large columns. We will deal about the Euler's theorem for the long column, especially Euler theorem is valid for only long columns. So we will derive all the Euler critical formula, all the Euler critical load formula in the different sections when the beam is one side fixed, other end free, one fixed, other bent. In this way we will derive. Similarly, once the Euler theorem is only valid for the long columns, there is a development of the ranking formula which deals with any types of the columns. Similarly, we will deal about the Professor Perry's formula. In this unit 9 we will deal about columns and its category, types, Euler's and etc. In unit 10 we will deal about direct and bending stress. In unit 10 we will deal about the direct and bending stress taking place in the sections when any column or when any structures is subjected to eccentricity, that the load may not taking place along its neutral axis. Once the load is taking place some distance or away from the neutral axis, it starts direct and bending stress induced in the structures. Similarly, we will deal about the core of section. In this unit we will find the stress in chimney, as the chimney is subjected to wind pressures and the different kinds of pressures in it. We will deal about the chimney, retaining wall, dams. What are the conditions of stability of dams? As the dams is essential part of the civil engineering, we are going to construct a dam, so we should have a good knowledge what are the conditions for stability, how the dam failure taking place, what are the reasons for the failure of dam taking place. So we will deal about the condition of stability of the dams. This unit is going to be very interesting as it connect really to the practical level. So stress due to direct loading and bending moment about the both axis, in x axis, y axis, what are the stress developed due to the direct stress and bending stress. So in the unit 10 we will deal about all those things. The last unit is the last unit 11. This unit contained theory of failures. In engineering point of view, the failure does not means broken or the waste of use. The failure means buckling taking place or it may not function well. So similarly, in the theory of failure there are different types of theory of failure which we are going to study. Similarly, the unsymmetrical bending. These are the two topics which we are going to discuss in unit 11. So my dear students, please follow the series of the strength of materials so that you can easily understand the strength of materials. Make sure that you are going to start with me and you will follow me, so in order to that you can have the good knowledge in the strength of material, as the strength of materials is a very important part of civil engineers. Once you have a good knowledge in strength of materials, you have a good knowledge in field or the means site engineers. Site engineers must have good knowledge in the strength of materials so that they can easily decide the strength of the material, or they can easily conclude, or they can easily design the material, or in the they can easily design the structures in the different perspective point of the view. So ultimately or eventually I would like to say that the strength of materials is a very important subject in civil engineering point of view or in civil engineering. So must follow the series of the series of the lectures. I'm going to upload it very soon once the unit part is over. So follow my channel, subscribe, like, and hit the bell icon so that you will get the notifications once I start the lectures. Thank you to my learners, and hope you will understand the